Experts suggest that sometimes the greatest killer of relationships is not a lack of trust or a lack of communication or even occasional arguing. But they suggest that, in fact, a good relationship can survive an occasional angry tirade or even heated discussion. So anger is not really the issue or the thing that destroys most relationships. The real killer of relationships is simply indifference or apathy. Apathy being the absence or suppression of passion or emotion or excitement. Apathy being, I just don't care. That in a relationship, sometimes you can have heated discussions. You can have arguments. But it can't survive indifference. In fact, business leaders will tell you this, that the greatest concern for any organization is when their most passionate people get quiet. That if you have an organization or a family or a church, that the time that you really need to be concerned is when your most passionate supporters, the people that got your back, the people that got their hands on the wheel, when those individuals get quiet. When they get where I'm just not going to say nothing. I'm just going to let it drive off the cliff. I'm going to just let things go the way they go. It don't matter to me, whatever. When your most passionate people start taking on that kind of attitude, that's the time to watch out. Even in a personal relationship, if you get to a place where your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your friend get where they just don't talk, that's the place that you need to be careful. See, as long as I'm talking to you, there's a chance we can work this out. As long as we're having conversation, there's a chance we can meet somewhere in the middle. But the moment I get where I don't care, I'm indifferent. Come on, ladies, back me up on this. By the time she get quiet and act like it don't matter, that's when you need to get nervous. All while we're talking, even if it's heated exchange, at least I care enough to have an exchange with you. The heated exchange is a sign that there's enough emotion, enough relationship there that I even have a conversation. But woe unto you if I get where I don't want to talk to you. I'm done. What do you want to do? I don't care. What do you think? I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I have lost my passion for this. I'm disinterested in you. I am indifferent. I am apathetic. And I really don't care. The time to watch your kids, even though they sometimes get where you want to slap them because they're being disrespectful, but at least they're having a conversation. The time to worry is when they go in the room and close the door and don't say anything to you. I don't know who your friends are. I don't know where you're going. I don't know where your interests are. I'm not sure what you're thinking about. That's the time to get concerned. Think about this. God said this in the Word. He said, the day that you hear my voice, harden not your heart. What God is basically saying is, as long as I'm talking to you, there's still a chance we can work this out. Today is the day of salvation. And the day that you hear my voice, harden not your heart. In other words, if you can still hear, there's still hope. For somebody in here, God is saying if you can still hear, there is still hope. The most dangerous place you want to be is where God stopped talking to you. Book of Romans talks about how he turned over the wicked to a reprobate mind. He basically said, I'm done talking to you. The most dangerous place to be is to get where God stops talking to you, because as long as he's talking, there's still hope. As long as he's still trying to get your attention, there's still hope that we can turn this situation around. As long as God is still talking to you about your family or your future or your plans or your goals, there's still hope, because if God ever gets to the place where he becomes indifferent, then we're in trouble. But typically the problem is not God's attitude about us. Typically the problem is our attitude about God. In the book of Revelation, he talks about the Laodicean church, the lukewarm church. And he says, I wish you were passionate. I wish you were I wish you were either hot or cold. But because you're indifferent, because you're lukewarm, he said, I spewed you out of my mouth. That word spew is a very strong term. It really means to eject you forcefully away from me. God says your indifference makes me want to vomit. I can handle you being hot or cold. I can handle either extreme. On a hot summer day, a cold drink is refreshing. On a cold winter night, a cup of hot coffee or tea is comforting. I can handle either extreme. What I can't handle is indifference. You know what I'm saying? Your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. Yeah, this people draw close to me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me.